What's going on, YouTube? Welcome back to SMITE Meta Casual News. In today's episode, we take a quick look at the Ao Kuang remodel, and then we dedicate the entirety of the episode to Miss Arachne herself. And let me tell you, she deserves it. All that and a little bit more. Once again, my name is FG3000, you're you, and here comes the news. First up in news, we finally have our first look at the Ao Kuang replacement god model, and it looks great. Now, we already knew what the model was going to look like based off of the ward that was entered into the game a few patches ago, but it is really nice to see what this model looks like in full color. Now, when I look at this model, this god looks super serious. You know, he almost looks so serious that a voice pack like Celebration wouldn't really fit. And you know what? That's absolutely correct. So I have to apologize about my yesterday's episode. I said that the Ao Kuang voice pack would transfer over to the new god. That is not the case. So the god that you see on the screen right now will have a brand new unique voice pack to him. Now, if you have the Sacred Dragon skin, you will have the old Ao Kuang voice pack. So that really makes sense because, you know, the Sacred Dragon is all about celebration. There's confetti all over the place. It fits really well. So if you want your celebration, all you have to have is the Sacred Dragon skin and you will have that old voice pack. However, this new god replacement of Ao Kuang will have its own unique voice pack. And looking at the skin, looking at the model, it makes sense because that just wouldn't fit. That, you know, the voice pack that Ao Kuang has right now does not fit the look of this god. So that's okay with me. But once again, I want to hear your thoughts. So leave them in the comment section below. On to the next topic. Alright, so let's deep dive into the brand new Arachne. Now, the first thing you will notice is that her model is relatively unchanged, and that is because they gave her the Shibalanke, Sobek, who else? Ares, Thor treatment, where all they did was just up the model a little bit. They upped the polygon count of the model. They didn't actually reimagine Arachne. So if you're a fan of Arachne and you were scared that they were going to change her into like a two-legged humanoid, you don't have to worry about that. She's just as spidery as she always was. Also, her voice pack is exactly the same. Now, that could change. I don't think it will, but as of today, her voice pack is exactly the same. So that is what is the same. So what else is the same, FG? Nothing. This is not like Odin. Every single one of her abilities, including her passive, has changed. So first things first, Arachne now has a hit progression. So her very first attack is very fast. Her next two are normal speed. We'll know exactly what those speeds are once we get the patch notes tomorrow. Now, her first ability is a steroid. So she pops her number 1. Her next attack does bonus damage. And it also, once it hits the enemy, you get a heal over time on yourself. Kind of a boring ability, but it is what it is. I understand it fits the spider theme, but meh on the first ability. Now, her number 2, super exciting. You see it on the screen right now. Her attack speed goes crazy, which I love. I love super fast attack speed characters. So she pops her number 2, her attack speed increases, and then when she hits an enemy, on the third attack of her progression, it cocoons them. Very awesome. So Arachne did lose her pool, her cocoon pool, but she still has the cocoon in some form in the game. So you pop your number 2, you start hitting crazy like a mad woman, and the third attack cocoons them. Now, that sounds all well and good when Arachne is right on top of an enemy, but you can't get on top of an enemy if you can't chase them down, if you can't close the distance. Well, my friends, enter her number 3 and 4 ability. Now let's talk about her 3 first. Picture this scenario. You have a web that's blocking a little corridor in between the Gold Fury and the jungle, right? An enemy walks through it, automatically spiders spawn and start attacking them. Awesome already. On top of that, the enemy's like, oh wow, I'm getting attacked by spiders. I gotta get out of here. This is dangerous. So they start walking or running away, and the web basically pulls with them, leaving a trail of web on the ground. Now, if Arachne walks onto that trail, she moves at a higher movement speed, allowing her to chase down enemies and kill them. Also, she gets vision when her brootlings are spawned. So, someone jumps in the web, Arachne immediately knows where they are, and she can give chase based off of the web on the ground. Now, I don't know how far the webbing goes. We weren't able to see that in the video itself, but the theme of that ability sounds amazing. So you have your enemy walking through your web, they're leaving a trail of web behind them, you speed up to them, you pop your number 2, you start doing your auto attacks, you cocoon them. It is awesome. Very, very cool. But hey, guess what? Your enemy got away. They jumped over a wall or something. Now what does Arachne do? Because old Arachne doesn't have any type of movement speed. Arachne's new ultimate is out of this world, in my opinion. 8 seconds. 8 seconds of out of combatness. So she goes up onto the ceiling. She can walk around up there for 8 seconds. 8 seconds. And then she can pounce down doing damage. So now she finally has a way to initiate, and she has a way to escape and avoid damage in a team fight. Now, just like I said yesterday, I haven't played Odin, I haven't played Arachne, but let me tell you this right now, I have a lot more faith in Arachne's kit than I do in Odin's kit, let me tell you. But that is going to do it for today's episode of SMITE Meta Casual News. Once again, let me know all your questions and concerns in the comment section below. I'm always down there answering questions. We will see you when the patch launches on the live servers. Until then, my name is FG3000. You have been you. And that, my friends, was the news.